Back on our Media Day coverage. Challenging year for Northwestern. Remember, without a home court last year, and a team that had made the NCAA tournament the season before fell on hard times, going 15-17. They lose a couple of the big guns from that NCAA tourney team, Bryant McIntosh and Scotty Lindsey, but a lot of new faces, a four-man freshman class, a couple of transfers as well as they get set to open up the new Welsh Ryan Arena. There are still some familiar faces here, including Vic Law, who was taking the Medill Journalism School route earlier today. Let's listen in.
This Vic Law guy seems very interesting. Seems like a dynamic guy. I want to know how you're going to use him this year.
Well, I hope he plays some defense. And,
All right, so some good stuff there, Vic. Out in the crowd, having some fun with your coach. What will your role on the team be this year?
I'm just excited to be here for my 19th season. Back. I think my role this year is just be a leader and to just give my team everything I have. It's my last year being a senior, and I'd like to just go out with a bang, have fun, and give my team every last piece of me.
I'm interested in hearing from you guys. I know you want to put last year behind you, but I do think it's interesting just to kind of get your take on what happened, what went wrong, and everything is not an acceptable response. But I mean, like, kind of how did it go from where it was to where it is, and how do you get it back?
well, I mean, we had such a great year the year before. We were really a together group. We had a lot of guys returning, and I think all of us just assumed that what we had built was just going to keep on going. And I think what you learn is every season is new. It's a new journey. You have to start over from ground one. I think all of us wanted to rewind and go right back to that second round game against Gonzaga, and that's not how it works. You got to pay the price. You got to come together as a team. Guys are always changing their roles. There's new guys. Coaches are different. And we didn't take advantage of it. And the reality is we could make a lot of excuses. We just didn't play well enough. And in this conference, if you don't play well enough, you're not going to win. And I think we're hungry and motivated to get back out there. It's a fresh journey. It's a fresh page. And we're not going to talk about last year. And we're going to see what we can do with this year's team.
So, Derek, how do you build on that experience of knowing what it looks like when it's going well and knowing what it looks like when it's not going well? And how do you get it back to the point where it was when it was going well?
Yeah, like you said, we've been through the ups and the downs, so we kind of know what it means to be a winning program. So we have to carry along the freshmen and the transfers who haven't been in this organization yet and just teach them the right way. Like Coach talks about getting better every day, so that's what we try to do, come in, practice, and try to get better every day.
You know, Vic, you joke about having been here for a couple decades, but in truth, I mean, you are the foundational player of this program, and Chris has talked about a lot that you were the first guy who bought in, right? You guys came in when there was nothing, and you said, I want to be a part of this. You did the same thing, Derek. You bought in kind of, hey, I believe in this guy. What do each one of you want your legacies to be through this season? What can this season do to build that legacy?
Well, I think the biggest thing I want to do is just win here. I think my biggest goal is to be the winningest player at Northwestern, to leave as a player that just was known to win. I mean, I think everything else will take care of itself. The stats, the accolades, everything else will be there when I leave. I just want to play as hard as I can for as long as I can, really, and give this team, what I set out to do.
How about you, Derek?
Yeah, like Vic said, winning cures a lot of things. So just being remembered as a winner. I think I'll definitely remember the times I won more than I lost. So that's definitely something I would want to bring to this team and just leave knowing that Northwestern is in a good place.
So to become a winning team this year, you're going to have to figure out the point guard spot. Bryant McIntosh was so solid for you guys for years. Give us a sense of where that spot is. I know you had an issue in recruiting, so it was someone that you thought you were going to bring in. Ultimately, you couldn't bring in. So where does it fit right now?
I think it's going to be by committee. I think we're made up a little bit differently than we've been made up.
Who's on that committee?
Yeah, I think a number of guys.
Right.
Vic being one of them. I think we all have to step up in ball handling and taking care of the ball. You get a little spoiled when you have a guy like Bryant who can handle things and get to the right spots. And I think we have a lot of guys capable of doing that. We have bigger guards. We have bigger wings. I want to take advantage of that. Some of our new players coming in give us a different dimension. I believe we have an elite big man in the conference in Dererk. I think he can help. It's got to be a collective effort. And I think if we can take care of the ball handle pressure that teams may come at us with, and not having a guy like a Bryant like we've had. I think we're going to be able to be effective on the offensive end. We've added shot making. We've added some more firepower offensively. And I think we can be a little bit more dynamic with this group. So I'm looking forward to seeing how the pieces all can come together.
Well, tell us about some of these new pieces. I'm interested always in players' perspectives on some of the new guys. Let's talk about the transfers first. Ryan Taylor and A.J. Turner. And what do those guys bring to the team?
They're really good players. You know, they have great length, great size. They can shoot the ball well, really help us space the floor. I think they'd be good at distance, especially in the Big Ten.
I mean, I think both players really do a good job on the wing and both on the ball with creating shots for themselves and opening up different opportunities for other players. I think having them will really, set a new dynamic. Like Coach Collins said, with the five that are on the court, being dynamic, being open, being able to push the ball, and they're fitting in really well with the team. I think both being so new are really adjusting well to our culture.
Very highly touted recruiting class, too, probably the most highly touted that you guys have ever brought in as a collective unit. Give me a sense. I know Nance and Kopp are two guys who probably could contribute right away. Give me a sense of their skill sets.
Well, very talented guys. The thing that I'm excited about is they're very talented freshmen who will have the opportunity to be freshmen, because they're going to have guys like this that are going to be able to help bring them along. There's going to be nights where they look great and nights where they look like freshmen, especially in this conference. But in Pete Nance, you got a 6'10" guy who's really long, really skilled, great pedigree with his family, brother and father, NBA players. The future is incredibly bright for him. Miller Kopp, hard-playing, hard-nosed, competitive wing that can put it in the basket, is physical, and will really give us another offensive firepower weapon on the wing this year.
Before I let you guys go, the new arena opening up in less than a month. You guys have not seen it?
Have not.
You have seen it.
I've seen it.
Tell us about it really quickly.
You know what? We're really excited. It's a beautiful building. The amenities will be everything that you see, all the bells and whistles that you see in all the new arenas across the country. But we stay true to who we are. 7,000 seats. Everything's right on top of the court. We want that environment. We were able to build that environment a couple years ago as we got better, and we didn't want to lose sight of that. So student section hopefully will be loud right on the end zones. Great vantage points. I think it's going to be a really fun place to watch a game, but also could turn into being a great home court advantage for us.
And these fellas get a chance to see it.
They'll see it at some point.
When?
They'll see it at some point.
When?
Very, very soon.
Sometime in the next week or so. All right.
Soon.
Well, guys, looking forward to this season. And BTN has that first game against the Privateers
awesome.
of New Orleans. I'll be there.
Awesome.
Should be a ton of fun. All right, guys, thanks a lot for